Out here. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. We got some of the squad in the building. Yeah. It got quiet. It was quiet. That was sad. That was sad. What's good, y'all, man? Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hey, we got some possible controversy happening here after that last game. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think it's because of the play. We got to talk about that, recap that game that we saw. Tyson Bagent has been named QB1 versus the New Orleans Saints. What does that mean for Justin Fields moving forward? We're going to talk about all that more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. That squat down picture cracks me up every time.
I'm working on it, man. We're going to get some new stuff.
All right, man. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again, joined by the production squad in the building. We got the super producer, Joel Ho. We got C-Dub in the building. I mean, we hung the bullhead up finally. I mean, shout out to that. It looks so much better. It looks so much better. Slowly, the tables turn. Hey, listen. That game yesterday did not go as, or maybe it did go as planned. I don't know anymore, but it didn't look good.
What did I say?
I think it pretty much.
What did I say?
I think it pretty much moved the needle for nothing, except draft capital. But hey, let's recap what we saw yesterday and jump into some of the things that went wrong.
Let's get that going.
Listen, it was not pretty yesterday. I mean, there was nothing that the Bears really had going. 222 passing yards, I guess you see that, but the commitment to the run was gone, and they just got cooked by Justin Herbert early on. He was on fire, and he did not miss, I believe, 19 straight?
He had a record.
Yeah, he broke a record. Yeah,
like
it
11
seems breaking
11.
records for us is pretty par for the course here. You didn't see much from the defense overall. Bears did recover a fumble, but by then that game was pretty much over. I mean, it is what it is. Tyson Bagent was 25 for 31, 232 yards, 2 interceptions on a day that he probably could have had a couple more as well. Cole Kmet also came in. He was our leading receiver. 10 receptions, 79 yards. Darrington Evans did a little bit. He scored the only touchdown. There's that. And then TJ Edwards was tackling people, a lot with his shoulder. But did have a couple of tackles for loss. Tyreek Stevenson, that a lot of people get past him, but he also had 12 tackles as well. Boys, yesterday was not a good day for the Chicago Bears in the slightest. I thought that the offense really just never got itself clicking. Luke Getsy, again, his game plan to me was a major issue yesterday. Just basically went away from the run game. Didn't see, I think, Deontay Foreman rushed the football 9 times. And it's not like the Bears were down 37 the entire game, right? Like it was a what was it, 14-7 game at one point, and you just disappear from the run game. I mean, there was a million things that I looked at this game and had issues with, the defense being the main portion. But what did you guys see in this game that you thought led to the Bears taking this L?
Man, it was just I thought they were going to lose. I always said this. For me, I'm tired of the Tampa 2 in the sense that it's so specialized. You have to have generational 3-technique guy to make this work. You got to have that super fast, rangy guy for the linebacker. You got to have that big time safety. And it's like, can I just get a junkyard dog defense? A mean defensive line to get in there. They had 0 sacks.
Yeah,
0.
Yeah.
0. They had 0 sacks.
It was not a beautiful dog.
It was not a beautiful dog. And it's like, I saw, again, they tried to make, I think, Bagent do what he could do. He's still limited. They went away from the run game. I honestly I like Roshan. I really like Roshan.
They just don't run the football.
Yeah, but when you see who's the other guy? Dante Foreman. He shows out on film way better as a like a grinder, like he's more powerful. And they stopped using him. They just a lot of boneheaded plays, man. They had and Velus Jones.
Oh.
Yeah, there's that.
Where's the horn? I'm like, he literally got behind the defense, tripped, fell, lost the ball, hit him in his stomach and his groin.
Yeah.
It hit stomach to groin. He couldn't even corral that from there.
Yeah.
It was bad, man.
Yeah.
No, it was a bad game overall. Thought the Bears really struggled. What'd you see, C-Dub?
Yeah, I mean, and the same for me. I honestly thought that the Bears would put up a good fight. I didn't think they was going to win. I knew the Chargers their offense was going to explode. And the defense showed that it has a lot of glaring weaknesses, unfortunately. And like you said, no penetration. The pass rush was just pedestrian at best. They couldn't get through. And I think when you are down and now you have to kind of abandon a run game because you need to hurry up and try to score some points. Now you got to put the ball in Tyson Bagent's hand, and we got to see Tyson Bagent. I think he was solid. I think he was not bad as a rookie undrafted free agent quarterback who's going to be your backup quarterback. And I think that's fair. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, we saw a lot in the game, especially with the broadcasting. They really was trying to put Bagent on this.
There was some glazing going on out there, boy.
Yeah, they were trying to foreshadow, like, you know,
yeah.
Oh, look, you can learn from this guy.
To me, that was so disrespectful,
there's one of two things that I got from that. And I do think that there's some issues with where how the Chicago Bears played. 100%. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Shout out to Bear Down Mike. And we'll talk about this as well about Justin playing in Chicago, different things like that. But like the biggest thing for me with this team right now is the conversation about who the quarterback is going to be, what's going to be the next best thing for the Bears moving forward. And when we heard the little digs, the little slight, like, you got to make this move, you got to do this, and if Justin Fields can learn this, there's one of two things that I do believe is true. One, that was 110% Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears putting out what they believed they want to see from Justin Fields. And two, there are some things that Tyson Bagent does that I would like to see Justin Fields do. Both things can be true. But how they went about it was very, very interesting. I thought that, the conversation I thought we were going to leave yesterday having, and it irritates me that we're still not having this conversation, is about all the other people that are involved in making your quarterback successful. We left yesterday not talking about Lucas Patrick getting 2 back-to-back penalties for illegal hands to the face.
Penalties killed us, man.
We left yesterday not talking about false starts. We left yesterday not talking about Luke Getsy abandoning the running game for seemingly no reason whatsoever. You were down, but you were down 14-7.
Yeah.
There's no reason to abandon if they score a touchdown again, run the football, make Tyson Bagent's life easier, just like you did in that Raiders game where you had Max Crosby. Like the inconsistencies from coaching is the conversation I thought that we were going to be having today. And instead, we're having the conversation now because of information that I do believe. I don't know if you guys saw Dan Bernstein on 670 kind of going off about that, but I believe he's right.
I'm with him.
You're sitting there giving the little, this is what we really want from Justin. This is what we want to see. And when you start these whispers, one, Justin's not a moron. Justin heard all that stuff after the game probably, right? And start seeing that circulating the internet. When you see that stuff, those are the moments when you start to see this is how we secretly try to get a guy out of town. And I don't like that part of it.
Yeah, and when you see that Collinsworth is literally reiterating verbatim what the Bears trust is thinking.
Yeah.
Basically saying he has insider information saying this is what they're thinking. I know they want him to study tape on Bagent. They want him to study tape on Bagent.
But I'm fine with that. That part's not disrespectful to me. You want to know why? Because he does things that I want to see Justin do.
Sure.
How he gets rid of the football, I want to see Justin do that.
But that's really it.
How he makes decisions. But that,
No,
that's the main thing from a quarterback perspective,
right.
right?
Get the ball out. We wanted him, like, we all want Justin to get the ball out of his
Yeah.
hands faster.
I think
I'm sorry. He has all the talent and the ability, but you have to, whatever the timing that he needs to get it out, and maybe he doesn't have it in him and it's disappointing. What I was going to say too is that I was so disappointed at the fact that we have this defensive coach and these dudes can't tackle for nothing. Did you see
That's
that?
the real conversation for me.
What's my man? Eckler got, what's the name? Got
Eckler,
Austin
the
Eckler.
one
Austin
missed
Eckler.
tackle. It was a bump, like whoop, and
Yeah.
he took it to the house. I was like, oh, there
Yeah.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Like there is no the coaching overall has been an issue, and it's like what makes me nervous is I got a feeling that they might still keep these guys. We believe in this system. We
will.
got to get the guy. Like I feel like we're going. This is so frustrating because it's like we really were hoping to see some type of improvement.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a winner, just playoff. Knock the door to get to the playoffs. A wild card, something. This has regressed so bad that we're 2-6.
and the crazy thing is to me, because me and Baki was talking about it yesterday
I
after
like
the
how
match.
you just snuck in and start talking.
It was good.
This man ain't. Hey, I'm here. How's it going? Nothing. Just
I'm
snuck in.
here. I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here. I study tape. I'm here. I think the interesting thing about it is I liked all the points, but me and Baki was talking about it yesterday. Like Minnesota won, Kirk goes down. You're thinking that okay, like the Bears may be able to make some hay. And my retort to him was like, what evidence have we seen of Eberflus or Getsy putting together a solid 2-week game plan?
Yeah.
That's gonna make you believe that these dudes can go on a run. Like I for the rest of the season, I'm calling these mugs the every other week Bears. Because it's every other week, and it's always to the teams you'll be like, hey, now we definitely about to lose to them. Come out of the game 170 rushing yards.
Yeah.
I like Ebony Sales.
The Chargers game was weird because they showed the stats. They was giving up almost 100 yards a game up until
they
that
couldn't
point.
game plan against the worst defense.
All the game plans, that just cracked me up. All the game plans where we look at Flus and get, by the way, 151 in here. Hit that like button. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. Only channel talk Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. It cracks me up to no end that the Chicago Bears and Luke Getsy can literally go up against a team where we go, hey, this is what that team does. This is literally all that team is known for, and this is how you have to attack that team. And week in and week out, we go, oh, we didn't do that. Why didn't we do that? Every other team in the NFL that has played that team has done that. Why didn't we do that? Every other team in the NFL that has played the Chargers has run the football.
Yep.
The Chicago Bears said, we're going to get this guy 9 carries.
After Deontay Foreman just came off a 3-touchdown week.
A 3-touchdown, 2 of them are rushing, 89-yard day. He's averaging like 7 yards per carry. Hey, we going. But see, here's the thing, though. And this is the part that's tough, right? Because we got to have we're having a conversation on Tyson Bagent, and the Chicago Bears did come out and name him the starter versus New Orleans. And the concern is that this is them slowly trying to transition off of Justin, which maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it feels like it kind of is. It feels like this is the because not to say we didn't think that Justin, we knew for a fact Justin was coming back for New Orleans. We didn't, right? We don't know what the grip strength is, but it did feel like, okay, if you're not going to put him on IR, that means you think he can be back sooner than 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I would think that New Orleans would be the one that you would think is sooner than 4 games. But, okay, maybe Justin Fields is just still dealing with some things with the hand. Flus isn't going to update you injury-wise in the slightest, so it doesn't matter with that. But is this the direction that the Chicago Bears are heading? Do you guys think that the Bears are more on Bagent's side of things, or do you feel like this is just, playing it close to the vest?
Unfortunately, go ahead, bro.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna say I don't even think this is a we're leaning towards the Bagent thing. I just think that they think it's. I truly believe like after yesterday, I think that they think that it's over. It's especially the way that Collinsworth was talking. Like I mean, it was just crazy to hear that and then just to go see that. So I think that now, especially like if they lose the Saints game, which I mean, again, I probably think they will, but then again, you never know which Bears. You never know which Bears team you're gonna
3-6
get.
What if they're trying to protect the draft picks because it's like we have a great opportunity here. We're not going to keep Fields, and we don't want you in the game to actually win games because we're not scheming for your talent.
Right.
We could do more because the defense, like I said, marginally better than last year, and the line is a little bit better. We've seen it.
The offensive line is better.
Here, look, like
these last 4 games.
Look at this.
Line is
like,
better, but yeah,
we're here at what they got. The Arizona now is sitting with the first pick.
Right.
Panthers the second, and then we're sitting with the fourth, and which is not good.
Well, we got both. We got the Panthers and the Bears.
I know, but
I mean,
you want to control the draft,
yeah,
and you're not going to be able to control the draft. You know, if we win ourselves out of that position.
And that was the concern that a lot of us had. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, to me, it's not about which quarterback is going to be best. To me, it's about which quarterback fits what their timeline is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if either one of them does. Because if you're Ryan Poles, is the first quarterback that you want to tie yourself to before heading into this draft that's supposed to have generational quarterbacks, is that Tyson Bagent? Is that the quarterback that you want to
I don't think it is.
hitch your first wagon to? Because here's the thing. He starts the rest of the season. That's your first quarterback. It's not. That's the first quarterback you picked.
It's not, but it's not his. That's his guy, but in theory, it's not. Like,
that's his guy.
It's not.
He signed him.
His. Yeah, I get that. I'm with that, but I think that in some type of way, like in my heart of hearts, I think that they're trying to get even though I know you're not that high on Caleb. I think that'll be his guy because what they're gonna do is. Hey, all we need to see from his pro day, forget the combine. Only 2 things that they needed to see from Justin is, hey, can you get the ball out quick and can you play with anticipation? I know.
Does Caleb get the ball out quick?
No.
Does Caleb play with anticipation?
Right now,
you know what we're going to do? We're going to have an episode of breaking down all the quarterbacks. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, we definitely going to do
we're
that.
We're going to definitely do that.
But
if we're being 100% honest, Caleb doesn't get the ball out quick. Caleb doesn't play with anticipation.
But Caleb,
and he's smaller.
But to that,
he's Justin Fields,
and he's smaller.
True.
Hey,
but to that point,
he's smaller.
To that point,
he's smaller than Fields.
Caleb plays
like 6'1".
That's true. Yeah, he
a little smaller.
Fields 6'3", 220.
He's like 6'1". But Caleb plays great backyard football. Like these mugs don't care. As long as you're great at the off script, as you're great at the off script, I could teach the other stuff.
Yeah, but if that was the case, we wouldn't be having this conversation about Justin Fields.
Yeah,
if that was the case, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about Justin. Like if you're having a conversation about Tyson Bagent taking over as the starting quarterback, if you're having a conversation about, and this is clearly the conversations that they're probably having based on all of the stuff that we heard from Chris Collinsworth during that game, right? Like if this is the conversations that you're having, you're not drafting Caleb Williams. It makes no sense. You're just drafting them to say we got a new quarterback.
I'm gonna tell you this,
like you're going Drake May. You're going. I don't even like that. Like you're going.
He ain't no better. Name me a UNC quarterback that was successful in the league.
No. Mitch Trubisky. He's back starting again. Kenny Pickett out here, baby.
But see, that's the problem. Pat, that's the problem. The problem is that they are looking for a scapegoat. They are trying to buy more.
That's
time.
What it feels like, yeah.
And it feels like what they're doing is they're setting up Justin Fields. They're not really catering the offense to his skills, what he's capable of doing. And they're saying, hey, listen, this is our scheme. Play it. If you can't play it, we'll get our backup who knows how to play it, and we make sure Chris Collinsworth knows how to say it.
It's not that. It's just that history has shown that mobile quarterbacks don't last long. They usually get hurt.
I would agree with you if that was last season. This season, he hasn't been a mobile quarterback.
I know.
This season,
they're
he has less than 300 yards rushing.
I know they're trying to force him to pass from the pocket because they don't want him. It's clearly evident, like all of those guys end up somehow getting hurt. Lamar Jackson That's basically what it is, right? Lamar Jackson ran a lot. How many injuries has he sustained? He's been hurt, and then they want to give him that guaranteed money.
But all Lamar's injuries have come from the pocket.
Yeah,
Every one of Lamar's injuries has come from him
literally
standing in the
Lamar-
pocket, not having the right tackle, and
Oh.
some dude coming in and being like, "Hey, I know that's the back of your head." Watch that.
I got you, but I mean, okay,
say,
Trubisky gets hurt, right? The fact is that Fields hurt his
We know he wasn't
hamstrings.
leaving the pocket. That was the problem with
He
him.
got hurt, run out the pocket. We've
Yeah.
seen Donovan McNabb get hurt. We've seen,
Yeah.
all the way back to Randall Cunningham tear his knee up.
Yeah.
It's just you're at the threat of getting hurt, and they don't want to tie in long-term money to a mobile quarterback. So that's the only logical explanation, is that if we can't make you throw from the pocket, we don't want to sit there and scheme for that, because if you're going to get hurt and we're
But
tied to
see,
money.
again, that's a conversation that I'd be willing to entertain if the dudes that come out didn't run. Caleb Williams leaves the pocket. He runs.
I'm
You know what
saying,
I mean, like the conversation. I get the
Mahomes runs.
arguments y'all are throwing at
Aaron
me.
Rodgers runs.
I get the arguments y'all are throwing at me,
Drake made that as well.
but it's not logical
Yeah.
with the people that are coming out in the draft this year.
Right. Oh,
Like
yeah.
every
Anthony
quarterback you're gonna get from now
No,
till the end of
Hey,
time
you're not lying.
is on the move.
Nah, you
Will
kidding.
Levis can run.
And I agree. My
It
thing
ain't
is,
pretty though, but
I'm
he can
saying
run.
my point is, I see you're 100% right. And my point is, I don't know what their mentality is, because to your point, everybody's faster.
Yeah.
Everybody's running fast. Everybody's running we got linebackers running 4.3, 4.4 now. This is not the old days where the linebackers and the defenses were not that, these dudes are fast. Everybody's fast. Linemen are running 5.2.
What Shane Gillis says, here's old Curly. Runs a 40 in 6 seconds. He smokes and is an alcoholic.
He's the greatest athlete of all time.
Fastest man alive, they say.
Well, you see, that's the problem too. That's the problem, is that we literally are having nothing but a Justin Fields replacement coming out of next year's draft. So then why not just keep what we got and build a line?
Right.
They don't
That's
like
the
that.
problem. We have no protection, or on defense, we have no penetration.
Right.
So this is where you should be building it from the inside out. And then Justin Fields might be able to show you what he's capable of, because like you said, all these quarterbacks are mobile nowadays. I mean, honestly, it behooves you to be mobile in this league.
And I don't want a guy that's not mobile.
Yeah.
I want a guy that can get away from pressure. I want a guy that can help his offensive lineman be better because he can create time. I also want a guy that can process the football field.
I want processors. I just think that it's more about, it can't be tuck and run, right? You want to have that when the plays break down. It's not your second option. It's like, first read gone and I'm running. So I don't know if that's a problem with Justin, and that's maybe what they're frustrated at. It's just disappointing, because I think he does have the talent to be successful, but you have to build around him. And yeah, we still are missing players that we need on the offensive line, and that D line has no bite whatsoever. Someone, I don't know if that's true. They're saying that Chase, they spotted Chase, what's the name, on the airport or whatever.
Chase Young.
My thing is, I don't know if I want Chase Young.
Listen. I don't know. I want Chase Young.
Hey.
I just want healthy Chase Young, and I don't know how long that Chase Young is going to stick around.
Healthy Chase Young been great for them this season.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Montez Sweat.
I thought whichever one you can get off of their D line. Hey, I'm with it. Like either way you winning, but bro, they just gotta make a decision.
Yeah,
they just gotta make a decision, because I'm sick of this. Like everybody being slick now, everybody talking funny. Like I don't like it. I just don't.
I mean, listen, that's just the NFL. It is what it is. What was that puzzle piece that was on the screen back there?
I don't know what
Did the
happened
computer
when I
have a
bounced
stroke
that.
right
What-
there? What's going on back
It's
there?
the
man?
missing piece.
Oh, is that the missing piece? That's the missing piece, man. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in and showing love. Over 200 in the building, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page.
We got over
man, if you
200 in
haven't
chat?
hit that like.
All right.
Over 200 in that
Chat.
chat.
200. Yeah.
No, I appreciate y'all for showing love, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Let's finish it off kind of. Let's finish off the Bears conversation with this aspect of it. As we head into this New Orleans game, now that we know that Tyson Bagent has been named the starter, are we heading towards a situation where, listen, game one, Tyson Bagent 166, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Game 2, he had 32 yards. Let me pull up this here.
Oh, we had a super chat that we missed. Dan Tanner, I think it was.
Oh, we gotta go back to that. 232 yards, 2 interceptions. I'm not gonna lie, in a game where he probably could have had 4 or 5.
He could have 4.
Definitely could have had 4.
He could have had a touchdown too, but he
should have had 2. But the
Bayless.
refs killed him on 1, and then the other one, Bayless.
I'm just glad I won my fan. I started that dude because I have
That's
feels.
tough. That's
Well,
tough.
I
That's
think I
on
got
you.
some points out of him.
That's
Yeah.
on you.
But either way, right? Like he absolutely could have had a horrible day. It still ends up being an okay day. And some quarterbacks have that, right? I'm not going to hold that against them for picks that didn't come.
Well, 30-13 is still a rough day at the office, Pat.
It's not a good day. But I blame that a lot on the system. And so when you look at, what's coming up this week with the Saints, is there a scenario where Tyson Bagent can play well enough to hold on to this job? Like, is this I'm going into this game, and if I put up 250, 2 tutties, you've seen enough from him saying he's improved every week, and now this could be his job moving forward, especially knowing the situation that's at hand. Let's be 100% honest about the situation at hand. If Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy continue on the path they're on, they won't have jobs by the end of the season. So they're going to go with whatever's the best for their politics right now.
Change gonna come. I'm ready. Oh, let's put that draft watch back up.
Oh, is that all you own? That's all you own? You own it with the draft watch? You said it's
I'm done.
I don't think it's about them being bad, though. It's just about, like, if he goes out there and performs well, do you keep the football in his hands after what you've seen through 3 weeks? Or do you go back to Justin Fields if he's ready to go by week 4, which I guess at this point, right, like, you didn't put him on IR. You would assume that he'd be ready to go by week 4.
I would just I'll go back to Justin at that point, because at the end of the day, I mean, if the talk is true, you're saying, like, okay, you might want to move off of him, you might not. You might as well let him finish the season and see what you got. It'll be the same thing with the Cardinals with Kyler Murray. Because they're gonna sit Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, but Josh Dobbs is cheap.
No. But
actually, Josh Dobbs been playing pretty well.
Josh Dobbs be having them in games, but
he be having them out of games too.
Yeah, that's
Josh
true.
Dobbs is the new Ryan Fitzmagic. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, but he got something to go into space though. Like, he's like
what?
Like, he like super smart though. Before he was like the starter for the Cardinals, I think he was gonna retire and go do something for NASA or something. They said
that's crazy.
But no.
Maybe that's why he ain't got no hair.
They finna. Wow. No, he actually,
I'm just saying.
nah,
Incredibly,
he got alopecia. But the Cardinals are gonna start the rookie this week, and then after that, I think they're gonna have Kyler come back, because the whole thing with them is, hey, we're gonna see what we got, and if we don't like where Kyler's at, we're gonna try to trade him, and then we're gonna go get Caleb.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's literally, if you're feeling like, okay, we don't really know what we got with Justin,
right,
let him finish the season, and if that's it with him. That's it with him, and then you go out and get Drake May, but you better make sure that you don't miss.
Can't miss. Can't do it. Can't miss at all.
I was thinking what was the Snoop Dogg one? That motherfucker don't miss. Nah, he's good.
In the heat of
battle, he don't miss. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss. Nah, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Let's keep this thing moving along, though. We do want to touch on a little bit of NBA here, because there's more than one Chicago sports team playing in town. Although, based on how it looked, there's only still one Chicago sports team playing in town, and that team is the Chicago Blackhawks. Oh, yeah. But no, the Chicago Bulls got their season started off over the weekend, Friday. We've been doing the live calls. We will have a live call on this channel right after this live, so make sure that you are tuned in with us over there as well. Boys, it ain't a good start to the season. I mean, listen. I feel like we're having the same conversation with everything right now, dog. It ain't a good start to the season, bro. Like, hey, yo, let me ask y'all this. Real talk. Everybody in the chat, everybody that's here. Is Chicago the fan base that is the most loyal to their teams, that gets the least amount of love back. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what I'm asking? Like, is Chicago the city that, like, we pour into these teams every year? We lose our mind. We love these teams. And at the end of every year, we go, my God, maybe next year.
Nah.
I told y'all.
No,
y'all don't want to keep buying into this stuff. I'm like, we're the same bad. We're not going anywhere. I'm like, yeah, so shake it up. Give me hard.
But for you, it's championship or bust, though. Like, the Bulls could
everything is championship or bust.
The Bulls could make the Eastern Conference Finals for 2 years, and you be like, yeah, it's time to blow it up.
Because you want hope that you could at least win. I mean, my point is, you want to go in at least knowing that you're favored or having a chance.
Yeah.
You already know this is a second round team. If first of all, this team this might be a freaking what is it? The playoff bubble. The play-in game. Yeah. This is a play-in team right now, based off how it is.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When he put this graphic up behind me, I definitely was like, yo, this team look huff. I
mean, Kobe White looks like a Fraggle Rock.
Bro, when I look back, no, that's Gar Foreman.
He looks like Animal from Sesame Street or something.
Bro, like, when I looked at this team, bro, when I looked at this team, I swear I went, oh my God, like this is our team, bro. But no, I mean, listen, the Bulls are who we thought they were. I'm not surprised by it at all. They're 1-2 to start the season. I thought that maybe they would come out with a little bit more fight.
Should be on 3.
Should be on 3, but shout out to a game winner from
I did a little foreshadowing. I didn't mean to put the 1 and 3.
Oh yeah, we are 1-2, by the way.
I'm sorry.
We are 1 and 2
on the Joel.
Oh yeah, no, Tyrese.
Joel out here. We got Tyrese Halliburton. Yeah, tonight. So Joel just saying that we're gonna be 1 and 3, basically.
Sorry, guys.
Little foreshadowing. What's you guys' thoughts on how the Bulls have started this season off? And we've already had a players only meeting. We've seen DeMar DeRozan on the bench blowing up. We've seen Nikola Vucevic blowing up at the coaches on the bench. We've seen. I mean, like, it's not good right now, boys. What are your thoughts on what we got going on right now?
I'm gonna let y'all go because I've been calling the game. So I've been calling the trash.
Seeing that mess from play to play. I feel sorry for you, brother. No, you know what? I expected it because with the players only meeting to start, like I was like, okay, they're gonna take a minute to get this thing rolling, and hopefully it goes in the right direction. But I don't know. The Bulls just gonna do the Bulls, man. They're up and down all the time. They're never consistent. When you think they got something going, and they're like, oh, okay, they're humming. They always seem to fall flat against a team that they should beat. Even though Detroit had the worst record last year, right?
Detroit had the worst record. Detroit had one of the worst records in the
guys was hurt
in the NBA last season. But that was based on Cade going down with
being
right.
Yeah, they lost.
We talked about that.
He only played like 12 games. Yeah, man. I just think that the Bulls are just going to continue to just be mediocre, just like a lot of our Chicago teams, and make us happy in moments and then make us mad in most other moments.
You know what, though? The problem is that they losing Lonzo makes up a lot more for this team for the cohesiveness, and they have not been able to overcompensate for that loss. That defense and the threes and the distribution.
But that speaks to it, though.
That's what I'm saying. But the way the team
that speaks to the biggest issue that you have, that you lost one dude and it's like, well, it's over. Like, listen, I love Lonzo. I actually. It was only 35 games, and I swear I almost feel as bad about Lonzo as I did about Derrick Rose. Almost. There's still a gap, but it's almost like, man, he was really about to take that step.
He was that impactful.
And his knee absolutely was going. But Lonzo's not Derrick Rose. He was not the face of this franchise moving forward.
No, but the way that team is built, if it's built like the sum of the parts make it whole, they're missing a key component of what they need, and they can't find someone to fill that void. I mean, Kobe White is, like you said, they keep messing with him. 1 minute he's this position, he's played out position pretty much all the time he's been here. Yeah. But they locked in and can't get someone to come here a competent point guard really is what they need with strong defense, right? That's what we're looking for. We just can't seem to get that. Now, who do we have last year that was that came over?
Patrick
Beverly, right? He provided some form of a spark. It's like that's all you need for this team for some reason to get this thing going. Because Zach,
accountability?
That's what he provided.
Facts.
But you know what?
Yeah,
That's why I like that they fighting a little bit,
You
though.
gain accountability.
That's why I like that they fighting a little bit, because I feel like in the beginning it's literally like, hey, listen, I don't know if you know this, Billy, but Chet can't hold us. Me and Andre have been cooking Chet the entire game. Andre ain't cooked nobody since Detroit. So he's cooking them. That should tell you something. I ain't touched a basketball in 12 minutes. Like those are the things where, with the continuity aspect of it, it goes to the coaching conversation. The coaching conversation,
Oh, yeah.
to me, then goes to the development conversation, because the biggest thing that this Bulls team has issues with right now is the lack of development. You know what I love about all of these other teams that are like championship level teams is, as they continue to go down their championship path, they continue to find other pieces that keep them on that level. You go out and you find Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole legitimately won the Golden State Warriors
Right.
a finals game and another half, right? Like, he literally won it for them. Yeah, I mean, like,
Why
you have to find those guys and develop those guys.
Why is it Drummond starting?
Well,
Because it's
pay
Vooch.
Andre
You know
Drummond
Vooch ain't finna.
No, I'm saying, but Vooch is really a power forward that jacks up
Vooch is
so many
definitely not a
threes.
power forward.
So you saying he should
he
replace
shoots too
Patrick?
many
He's too
threes.
slow for power forward.
I'm tired of seeing 5 guys on the perimeter and shooting and nobody that can rebound the ball.
There's no reason why Jalen Duran should be dominating both Vooch and Drummond at last
Durant
game.
is nice.
That kid
Jalen Durant
was
is
dominating them
He's
last
nice, though.
game. But like, to your point, Pat, I think the biggest problem is coaching development. And it's unfortunate because Billy Donovan is a good coach. He's a player's coach. But the problem is that we got these guys that come in here and they get almost lost in the sauce. We know who Zach is going to be. We know who DeMar is going to be. But what is Pat supposed to be? What is Kobe supposed to be?
On another team.
Zach is supposed to be the guy that leads his team.
He don't know.
Yeah,
No, and that's what I'm
done.
talking about, right? Like, listen, Kobe White has made strides. He's a better player than he was before. He is.
Yeah.
But he isn't the 4th pick or the 7th pick in the draft.
Also, for the record, just because I didn't say it, my point is with Lonzo. I'm not saying even when Lonzo was here, we're winning a championship. We just have a competitive team. And so far,
He did a lot.
we go from being barely getting to the playoffs to maybe the 4th or 5th seed. Like, I never thought this team was going to be a number 1 contender, but it was just a good team that's been constructed.
What Alonzo Ball does do that I think, like, I don't think the biggest blow is that this team, now isn't going to make the playoffs or whatever, right? Like, that you should still be able to make the playoffs. You should still be able to be a top 6 seed with the players you have on your team if you're actually buying into all of this, right?
I agree with you, kid.
The problem for me is that the Chicago Bulls, or the loss of Lonzo, took away what Lonzo did to make other people's lives easier.
Mm-hmm.
And it took away all direction that this team had. But you should have somebody else on this team that can find that. You got a DeMar DeRozan on this team. You've got a Zach LaVine on this team. Like, nobody is sitting here saying, this is what we need to be. This is the standard of play that we need to have. We can never be below this standard.
I mean, you got Caruso, but
Yeah, I kick back on that a little bit because DeMar and Zach, their primary thing that they're known for is their scoring. They're not known for their facilitating. So when you want to replace somebody like Alonzo Ball that actually his whole game is predicated off of how he makes others better and his own ball defense, all the things that you need from your point guard. I feel like the best man, me and Cal talked about, C-Dub talked about this on my channel. I feel like Ayo would be the best representation of that out of the 3 that we have.
No.
Kobe's too much of a scorer, instinctual scorer, and Javon Carter is just he's a backup.
Bro,
I'm not saying Ayo's the answer. I'm saying he's the best.
Ayo ain't ready.
Ayo,
He may not be
we
ready.
saw
I'm
Ayo.
saying.
Ayo.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that though.
Yeah.
We saw that last year.
Hey,
and
I'm
maybe he's
just-
kind of figuring it out. Maybe but I think the problem with this team is that you're not seeing the problem with this team is I can question you on that.
Mhm.
There's no young player on this team that I can't question.
I agree.
Ayo all of a sudden can't play defense no more. Patrick Williams all of a sudden can't play defense no more. Patrick Williams is worse at defense than I thought he was.
You ain't lying.
Bro, I seen them Hayes
He
the
took a
numbers
photo.
game.
Patrick Williams.
I seen them numbers. Hayes
Patrick
gave
Williams
you, that's
was
crazy,
a
bro.
110 defensive rating career wise. He's right now a 129.
Mm.
And there's no heart, there's no intensity. Heck, even Javon Carter, right? You're supposed to be this dog in the lane.
Yeah.
I watched that man in that Pistons game just like, excuse me, sir, party of two. Might I have you? The rim is this way.
Hey, bro,
Would you like wine with your lay?
No,
Would you
those
like wine
are
with your lay?
those are Richard Pryor
Hey.
guard dogs. He was like, he had those Dobermans. They let him in and everything. Oh, we'll have the Alpo, Rich. Serve it up, please. Thank you very much.
Bro, like I just and it's the same question continuously with this team, with the young players and the development. And you know what? I get it from a certain aspect because we just got a development staff. Like 2 months ago. So now that player development staff has to develop players. Dalen Terry's going to the Windy City Bulls. He can't play.
Oh, he's trying.
That's
And maybe there's some development there. Adama Sanago's down there. At this point, you're saying maybe Julian Phillips is the next one, and you're hoping that.
I like him.
But now you got to sit here and talk about development again. And that's what the best teams do. The best teams develop. Stephen Curry was developed. Giannis was developed.
Giannis was developed.
Yeah, I mean, like the best teams, Klay Thompson was developed. The best teams develop talent. The Chicago Bulls, who's the last player the Chicago Bulls developed?
Man, Jimmy.
That's what I said.
I don't know if they developed him.
You
Well,
developed
yeah,
Jimmy.
he puts
I
in
think
his
he
own
was a
work, but I think-
self-starter that
I think-
pushed
I think
himself.
Thibodeau pushed him.
I
a
think
little
he
bit.
pushed
Tom
himself.
helped with that, though.
I think he had a chip on his shoulder that he's had this whole time
That's
about
true.
him being a second round pick, and he made himself better.
Tom did a little bit.
Tom helped him, and then D Wade put him over the edge when he.
Y'all
when he
realize
retired.
Jimmy Butler's career is about to end, right?
Oh yeah.
That is crazy.
Jimmy,
The last player we developed is on the back like 4 holes of his career.
34.
Yeah.
Like if he leaves at a elite level, I should say he's on the back 4.
was
He's
he
probably got
drafted?
4 years left.
when was he drafted?
30th.
2011.
Oh, you said I
What
thought you
year?
said
When was Jimmy
where
Butler
was he
drafted?
Yeah, what
I think
year?
it was like
20.
2011.
Something like that. 2011.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rose was 08, 09.
Yeah.
It
20.
was the
Yeah,
year,
yeah,
It
yeah,
was the year
yeah.
Rose towards ACL, so it was 11, 12.
But like, think about that. We ain't talked about one development player
No,
since.
but you say that, but who
Hayes
did they
brought
develop
up-
before that?
Hayes brought up Bobby Portis. What? And before that, you actually had players develop. Kirk Heinrich was a development piece.
Yeah.
Ben Gordon was a development piece. Luol Deng was a development piece. Now, their ceilings were a lot lower, but you actually developed these dudes into being guys that in the NBA that were like Luol Deng was being talked about as one of the people that knew how to defend LeBron the best. Now, he still dropped 28 on his head,
Every
but
night.
that made it tougher. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that Patrick Williams tougher back in the day.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
They was like,
We could have had Kobe.
Luol Deng holds LeBron James to 24 points a game, 7 assists, and 11 rebounds. He's like, hey, bro, that's a lot of. That's
It
a lot
could
of
have been
stats,
worse.
bro.
It's like numbers
of
all over the
stats, bro.
place.
Hey, somebody said that we developed Tony Snell. No,
No, we did not.
was
Develop
garbage.
did not.
Tony Snell.
We
Stop.
developed Tony
Snell was
Snell into that getting
trash.
action.
Come on, Damian.
I
Come on.
was just about to say,
Hey, Tony Snell.
hey.
Tony Snell is a tough one though because now he got autism and it's confirmed.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Him and
Yeah.
he found out his son had autism, and then he got himself tested, and he had autism. And like the second I saw that, I was like, that kind of makes sense. like I could see him because I have like autistic cousins,
Mhm.
and the thing is, they're really good at one thing.
Mm.
They're like extremely good at one thing. It made me
Yeah.
question because remember they were like Tony Snell and Kawhi played together.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet you Kawhi got autism of some sort, and that's why he's like that.
It makes sense.
And he's probably an elite basketball player because, like my one cousin, I can say, Danny Boy. How many days ago was January 5th, 1905? And he can tell you the number right off the top of his head.
Yeah.
And it's just something like numbers in his head. He's elite at. I said, I wonder if Kawhi was just watching Jordan growing up and like looked at his mom and was like, I can do that.
That's like
And his
Chris.
mom was like, no, you can't. And then he went out there
What
and
was
did
that,
the up and under fake lay.
But literally, autistic people do have like a lot of similar like traits, like little quirks that they deal with.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case, honestly.
That,
What's
like
the name,
I bet
Chris
there's
Jackson.
a bunch of NBA players like that.
Chris Jackson
Yeah.
had that nervous tick that he
Yeah.
had, and it helped him
He could shoot a shot
Work-
better
work-
because of it.
yeah.
Like he ticked when he shot.
Because he never got any type of.
I was joking. Is this serious?
Yeah, he
Had a tick when he shot.
No one ever diagnosed the issue that he had. I think it was Tourette's, and so it actually helped him perfect his game.
Wait a minute.
What?
So on his jump shot, he was just like, "Mother," and that mud was cash.
Well, it's more about you joking. It's he was a killer. He was an awesome shooter, but
he
he
was.
saying
That's what
that
I'm saying. Like, did he utilize that for his
sometimes
game?
he might
That
be
was the
doing-
question.
So he tapped into his anger.
Yeah. Well, he used it. It was the perfection of wanting to always get it right.
Right.
He said it was little things I would do all the time, like
Perfectionist.
why am I like
They call it-
rewashing my hands 3 times in a row?
Yeah, they
Why
call
do
it
I-
rope behavior.
Yeah, he would keep doing certain things. So sometimes it can translate to, some form of success or perfecting something.
That's true,
But you
man. Like I said, my son is autistic, so I know exactly. Like everything you saying is funny. It's hearing it is like seeing it every.
Bro,
single
it's
day.
crazy, bro.
Oh,
Like it's literally like
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, correct.
when my cousin, and of course, right, like everybody just use it as like, I want to see you do this thing, but it's something that he does extremely well. And there's
Mhm.
always that one thing that I've noticed. And so, like, I don't know how we got on this conversation. This really is just
Okay,
a
Tony
podcast
Snell
about
was not
anything.
developed.
Tony
Moving
Snell.
on.
Tony Snell wasn't developed. I was like, what is the point that we was
Moving
trying
on.
to do
low
here?
key, I do want to hit on what you said though. More recently, we've had Laurie in the building. We've had Wendell Carter, and they've gone to other teams and gotten better. Laurie's an all-star. Wendell is semi-better in Orlando.
Wendell's kind of trash.
Wendell the same. Hey, bro, I mean, I
He's
swear.
better.
I
He's
wanted
better than what he
Michael
was.
Porter
Hey,
Jr.
hey,
not
that's who I
Wendell
love.
Carter
Hey,
Jr.
Hey, Joe.
Who?
Joe, all right, there with you,
I
dog.
wanted Michael Porter Jr.
Hey,
I sit on him with the back issue.
Everybody
Hey,
got
time out.
scared of his knees.
No, it was his
No,
back.
his back.
His
He was
back,
the number
bro.
1 rated talent in the country.
I know,
Bro,
I
and
know.
wanted to be a bull.
I got to tell y'all this before we move off this topic.
Man,
so
forget you, dog.
when I
wasn't
no,
crying
no.
I was upset.
Nah, hey, so when I first got here, this is like 4 years ago. Pat their slogan. We gonna tank 4 quarters. We gonna tank
Porter.
4 quarters for Michael Porter.
I sure did.
He was doing that the whole entire season.
We won
We-
20 games, bro.
We won 20 games.
Wasn't nothing to talk about.
We get to the draft, bro. We texting back and forth. We get right up to the pick.
I was so mad.
I couldn't believe he was there.
I was so
They
mad.
said, he texted me. Oh, this Michael Porter Jr. right here. This Michael Porter Jr. Get right there.
They picked the
Bull
wrong
select
junior.
Wendell.
Oh,
I
my
promise you.
God.
I promise you. A tear
I wanted
rolled
him
down
to.
his eye.
I wanted him.
A tear rolled down his eye that day.
Oh my
I was
god.
like,
I'm
of
telling
course
yo,
they did.
I wanted Porter
He
Jr.
was sick. I died, bro.
Didn't Wendell go
I
to
died.
Duke?
Wendell went to Duke.
That's like
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
nah,
he
but
was
I
decent
was
at
like,
Duke.
nah, I was like, that was a good pickup.
yeah,
'cause
but that was
him
a
and,
whole.
that was him and
That was gross. Hey man, we got to do a live call for this Bulls game.
Oh, hold
man.
on. We got wait. We got one more topic.
Oh, we do
We
got
got
one
one more. We
What
got
we got?
one more. We got
What we got?
one more.
What we
Zach put up 51.
Oh yeah, Zach LaVine did score his career high in a loss to the Pistons.
That means nothing.
Oh yeah, nah, hey,
That beats.
Hey,
I was
yeah.
cracking
I'm
up
sorry.
because
Hey.
Muggs was sitting there trying to do the whole like Zach LaVine that he didn't have an assist, and I was like,
He was on his Kobe.
"What? No, he wasn't on this Kobe. Wasn't nobody else making shots. Like literally,
Yeah.
nobody else was making
Honestly,
shots.
he had
Like
no
the
help.
rest of the
Wasn't-
team
wasn't nobody
did
else
not
making
make
a
a
shot,
shot,
bro.
bro.
That's
Like there
crazy.
was a stat.
It was
They was
wild.
like in the second quarter, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine have combined for like 19 for 23. The rest of the team is 7 for 40. I was like, oh my God, bro.
'Cause I saw
Like,
people trying to say that Zach was hogging the ball, but I'm like, he wasn't hogging
Nah,
the ball,
they
man.
just-
It's just nobody else was scoring.
nobody
the
was
ball,
hitting
man.
shots. Hey, I do got to say this real quick before we go. So this is for y'all too. Now that we got some wrestling fans in the building.
Oh Lord.
oh, he switched that
Tony-
topic real quick. Huh?
Tony-
He just went to
Tony-
wrestling out of
Tony
nowhere.
talk about
Hey,
Zach
that's-
no more.
That's pretty much. That's pretty much all we got to
go.
say about
I
Zach
got- I
LaVine's
just-
51-point loss. That's about it. I guess we just switching topics.
I'll get that off the screen.
No.
There you go. Next.
Nah, hey, no, it's on a serious note.
On a serious note, he said
I'm-
wrestling and a serious note. The same
I'm
thing.
dead serious when I say this.
What we got?
I know that Tony Khan. I know this is Sting last match coming up. Sting is 64 years old. Ric Flair is 74 years old.
Woo!
No, don't move that. If you roll that man out there, if you roll him out there,
roll him out there is crazy
for that pay per view.
Hey, that's just wrong.
Literally.
If you put him out there for that pay per view, we gotta cancel it. What do you Sting? Nobody wants to see that.
Hey, it's in Chicago too.
Nobody wants to see that. Bro, it's literally, bro, he passed out. He passed out his last match.
We passed out walking to the ring.
No, it's
I
on
didn't even see it.
YouTube.
I don't know
It's
what's
on
going on.
He passed out his last match.
I love how I don't think I've seen Ringo this passionate about
he's
any
very
real sport.
passionate.
Don't
That
do
man-
this. Don't do this.
It's
Like,
too late.
no,
It's already
nobody
locked
wants to
in,
see
bro.
it.
Science and wrestling.
I don't think I've seen Ringo this passionate about any sport.
I wanted
that
to talk
actually
about
matters.
the Fury and what's it called?
He's 74. Oh,
Jill.
yeah.
Ngannou.
Oh, man.
Ngannou, whatever.
It's
Yeah.
he's
He knocked that big
74.
dude
Don't put
down.
him out there, bro. Don't do it.
Anyways, the point is that wrestling is bad. They got to put old wheelchair guys out. And that's how bad we are right
the
now.
fact that Ringo was the one that was like, please don't wheel him out there. I'm like, yo, you gotta chill, dog.
Wrestling ain't been right since steroids. I need to bring
That's
steroids
Okay,
back.
all right.
Bring it back. I want steroids back, man. I want
You know,
I want
baseball-
WWE
I just had to say
Baseball
that.
hasn't
I
been
had
the
to say
same
my-
since
my
steroids,
fault, but
yeah.
I had to
and
say
baseball.
that.
Bring it all back. Let's
I had
go.
to say that.
All right, man. We
I want to see
appreciate
80
y'all.
home runs.
God.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. We're about to go live over on. We're about to go live for the Chicago Bulls live call, both here on YouTube and on playback. So jump over there with us as well. We're gonna be live calling the Bulls versus the Pacers game. It is not going to be pretty, but we will be there. Hey, appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. I don't know what happened to the end of the show. Peace. Woo! That man said, Ric Flair, I don't want to see